Little Caesars. Famous for its hot and ready pizza and delicious crazy bread, Little Caesars has been named Best Value in America for the past 12 years. Little Caesars products are made with quality ingredients like fresh, never frozen mozzarella and Munster cheese and sauce made from fresh-packed, vine-ripened California crushed tomatoes. Treat your family to some delicious Little Caesars pizza in Alton, Glen Carbon, Troy, Collinsville, Shiloh, or Granite City today.
Get ready for the award-winning #1 sports podcast on our side of the river. It's time for the Metro East Sports Podcast.
From the front office Wealth Strategy Studio in beautiful, cold Edwardsville, welcome to the Metro East Sports Podcast, talking all things sports in the Metro East. Season number 6, show number 41, recorded Monday, December 8th, 2025. I am David Leip, and tonight's show, we've had big shows, but this might be the biggest show ever. So many superstars, so many unbelievable coaches and fantastic athletes. Tonight's show features, I'm going to go backwards. We're going to talk Breeze Central football with Mespy winning coach Brian Short, and he's bringing 3 of his phenoms with him. Can't wait to talk to Coach Short. The Cougars getting to the semifinals, losing a heartbreaker. So amazing coach right there. Guest number 3, another amazing coach, Jonathan Denny, head basketball coach, women's basketball coach at SWIC. They're off to an unbelievable start of this season. At one point, they were like 11-0. Guest number 2, Greg Nohoff, member of our committee, assistant coach at SWIC, assistant coach at O'Fallon Township High School for girls basketball, 2 of the best female basketball programs in the area. And he's going to be here with KP talking girls hoops. And guest number 1, Mespy winners from Belleville East High School, representing the Lancers on the volleyball court. We've got head coach Abby Hanger. We've got assistant coach and member of our volleyball committee and voter, Addie Burris. And setter of the year, star of the year, setter of the year, Jack's favorite player that doesn't play for Muscuda. Is that fair?
That's probably true.
We've been talking about this girl all year.
I've hyped you up all year.
All year. He's telling me how good this girl is. So good thing you weren't terrible, because good thing you were awesome, because he would look terrible. You would look bad.
I would look bad at my job, yeah.
You made a good call. All right. So we have all these amazing guests, but before we get to these guests, I want to thank partners Cassens Chrysler, Dodge Jeep and Ram, Keller Williams Marquis, the Blasting Game Group, Integrity Spine and Joint Center, Front Office Fiduciary Network, Oak Brook Golf Club, Viviano Heating and Air Conditioning, Play It Against Sports, Edwardsville, and, of course, Dazzling Decor and more. And I'm going to beg you for 3 things before we start. Number 1, subscribe to this podcast because it's free and you love it. Number 2, follow us. Please follow us on X, Facebook, the Gram, and even YouTube, thanks to Luke Slemmer. And number 3, if you have a story idea, email me, please, at mespdave@gmail.com. And remember, you can nominate your favorite team for Integrity Spine and Joint Center, Metro East, Team of the Month. Could be a park and rec team, could be a middle school team, a high school team. You get to decide. To nominate a team for Team of the Month, send your suggestion to mespdave@gmail.com. Please put Team of the Month in the subject line. And Jack Grimm, welcome back. Welcome back, Jack.
Thanks for letting me back in here. Surprised you do it after all this time.
Is this kind of an off time for you for volleyball, or have you jumped right into club season?
Still very much.
Get closer to that. Come on, you're acting like you've never done this before.
Still very much in season. Club season is just getting started. I know we had our club scrimmage this weekend, and big tournaments have already, or not big tournaments, but like preseason tournaments, the equivalent of, have already started. And like next week, there's a lot of stuff going on as well. So no, very much still a lot going on. I got practice tonight still.
Okay, so we've got large school Team of the Year, the Lancers. We've got head coach Abby Hanger. Say hi to the folks. You guys got to pass the mic back and forth. Good to see you, Coach.
Thanks for having us.
And this is your second time on the show, right? Isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And you said you were here in the old studio.
I was.
That was a long time ago.
It was. It was our first year when Coach Addie and I took over.
Okay.
So we brought us up, and it was great.
How fun. And you brought with you, introduce your assistant coach right here.
Addie Burris.
Addie, Welcome to the show, Addie.
Thank you.
And thank you for voting all year in our committee. I really appreciate that. That helped us give good attention to the girls this fall. So I appreciate your work. Thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, of course.
And we have brought with us Setter of the Year. Welcome to the show, Abby Monroe.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, take it away.
All right, so I'll start with Abby. Just kind of an overview for everybody. Abby led the region as in the setting position. She had 827 assists in the year. That was overwhelmingly the largest in the area. Her career total is at 994, approaching 1,000, which is awesome. Some kind of fun facts that I got from the coaches before the show. She had 13 double-doubles, which is probably Diggs, I would assume, was the second stat in that. Yeah, so 13 double-doubles, awesome. 24 times 20 or more assists in a match. And then your career high was set this year as well with 35 assists. And you had 4 other matches that were over 30 assists. That is dominant. We're talking more than 15 points a set in some of those if you're thinking 2 out of 3. Tell us how you feel this season went.
I think this season was really good. And obviously while it was happening, I didn't really realize what I was achieving because during the season I still had my sights set on what we could still do and what we could still achieve, that in the moment it didn't really matter how it was going or whatever, but because we still had a long way to go.
Yeah, so kind of thinking about team culture and the setter being kind of the focal point of the team. They are always taking the second ball. Team is super important for the setter. You're at the mercy of the passes, and the hitters are at the mercy of your sets. So within a team, a lot of different teams have different idiosyncrasies or different things going on. The Blues had 2019's Play Gloria. Serena Williams always wore the same pair of socks until she lost. Was there anything like that? Let us into the culture of Belleville East. Did you guys have a ritual or something that kind of brought the edge to the court every single night that you played?
Before our games, we just make sure we stay loose and have fun when we're warming up. If that's dancing or singing or whatever it is, when we're warming up in the locker room, then we have to make sure we do that because it just keeps us loose so that we can play the way we do.
Do you have any post game meals that you like to go to?
Pretty much most of the time either Buffalo Wild Wings or Mexican.
Nice. What's your sauce on your wings at Buffalo Wild Wings?
I actually go with no sauce and just ranch.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to ask Coach, what was it like coaching this kid this year?
I mean, Abby is phenomenal to coach. I actually had the pleasure to coach her in club the year prior before, so the poor girl had me for 12 months straight. But, you wish you had all Abby Monroe. She's the type of player that leads by example. She's not overly vocal, but, we'll run through a brick wall for you, and you can't ask for anything else.
Great leader.
Abby?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about leading? Is that something you like to do?
It's grown on me because, like she said, I'm not always the most vocal leader, but I can definitely feel myself growing more into that. And especially being older now, I want to set an example and be a bigger leader for the younger kids. Okay,
so the names are Abby, Addie, and Abby. So I have no chance of keeping these names straight. So if I just say, hey, okay, every great coach loves having a great assistant. What does she bring to the program?
Everything. We're very fortunate to have the coaching staff that we do. And I'm the type of coach, I want your honest opinion. It's decisions made unilaterally, working together. Hey, everyone's opinion out here, and then, make the best decision we can. And we talk a lot. We were actually talking on the phone on the way up here. So it makes a world of difference because it also helps when you have good coaches throughout to develop your program. Mm-hmm. So.
And a lot of coaching staffs are I'll let you go after this. I have one more question. A lot of staffs are good cop, bad cop. Which one of these two is the bad cop? I'm kidding. I'm not gonna put you.
She's
on the spot.
Both of them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna put you on the staff. Okay, tell me what you do. What do you like to focus on as the assistant coach? Because I think a lot of assistant coaches have specialties as an assistant coach. What is your niche?
I would really say the mental part of the game. That's my favorite part of the game to develop. We implemented a new team motto this year. I think Jack was trying to maybe hint at that. It was brick by brick, earning those through energy and effort and communication and just really focusing on the things that we can control no matter how the game is going. So I would say that's my favorite part of the game to develop at the Belleville East program. But
is that something that you learned specifically through some type of coursework or specific training, or is that just something that intuitively has come to you?
I have my master's in school counseling, so I learned a lot through that program. But the sports side, the club we work for has recently hired a sports psychologist, so I've learned a lot through him. And just, yeah, it's my favorite part.
No, all good. One thing that was a big topic of conversation specifically about Belleville East was your ability to improve throughout the year. Not necessarily that the season started bad by any means, but you definitely got better as the season went on. So when did you first feel like, okay, this team, they are different? Was it like a single practice, match, or moment, or discovery where there was like a light switch that flipped on? Or do you think it was more of like a process as the season went on? Anybody?
I definitely think it's a process. Our kids were bought in from the beginning, which is awesome. You know, in today's age, we demand a lot and we expect a lot of our athletes. So, you know, it's a grind. But after we went to the Brace for Impact tournament, that was our very first weekend. We went 4-1, finished second, which was awesome. We were like, oh, okay, we're making strides in the right direction. You know, and then we had a little lump in the middle of the season where we lost a couple games that we shouldn't have because of our mental outcome. And so, you know, Addie went back to the drawing board and we worked really hard on that. So I think that second round of conference, it was probably the spark, like, hey, we got something special here. And again, our kids were just so bought in. You know, we practiced a lot. And we did a lot. We have a lot of multi-sport athletes, so we worked around their schedules. So, you know, it'd be a Sunday night optional practice, and all the kids show up, you know, and no complaints. But I think they really knew that we were working hard for them, so they wanted to work hard in return.
Okay, so I see 3 consecutive losses: Hinsdale Central, Wheaton South, and Hananaga. And Wheaton Warrensville South, Central, and Prairie Ridge. Those are the losses you're talking about. But here's what happens. You lose those 3 games, then you come back and you start the playoffs, and you're awesome. Those 3 losses were integral to your success in the postseason. True or false?
True. We also had one of our starting outside had a concussion, and our other starting outside was very, very sick for Chicago. So that wasn't great, but we had to battle some adversity, which was good for our kids to
And in a way, those are
experience.
games that don't matter.
Correct.
They're not conference games.
And they were really good competition.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was good to see some teams we could potentially see in postseason, which was.
I think it's great. Like I wasn't. Yeah, that's exactly. I thought it was smart. Smart scheduling too.
Yeah, they
Good for you.
It
makes a difference.
It does,
And
and
they played a tough season. All their own tournament is stacked with great programs. They're just putting themselves up against the best competition all year.
Okay, but to be large team of the year, large school team of the year, it was the postseason run. And let's start with the 3-way conference championship. Explain how that worked again.
So us, Edwardsville, and O'Fallon all tied for conference champs. So the first round, we lost to Edwardsville and O'Fallon within a week. So that was the tough part where we went back to the drawing board and we're like, we're good enough, but we're just not. Something's missing.
Because
So
both were 3-set losses, right?
correct.
Yeah.
And in the Edwardsville game, we were up 19-14 and lost in the third set. And in O'Fallon, the same thing happened. It was we haven't been there, so we started. Again, we went back to brick by brick, and we got to step through the door. So we lost to them in the front half. So those two ended up splitting with each other. They beat each other each once, and then we beat both of them at the second time through the conference.
And in the conference, there's no tiebreaker like games lost or points lost.
Correct. We like to say, we beat O'Fallon in 2, which was the only 2-set match out of those 6 matches. So
Yeah, and
we like to take that.
Yeah, and I personally like saying bragging rights. If you win the most recent matchup, you get it. Especially because you also beat them in the postseason, both of them.
Yes. Unfortunately, that doesn't count towards the
know
conference title.
You want to know what I think?
Absolutely.
I think ADs would rather give out 3 than have 2 very disgruntled coaches.
Yeah.
Then 3 ADs can all hang a banner or do whatever and say, way to go.
Right.
But here's what separated you this year. Obviously, the sectionals and coming through at the end and taking on both of those teams again and beating them both in straight games in the postseason. And so if you're going to pick a team you're going to pick that team, obviously. Talk about those two games.
I mean, our kids were on fire. I mean, and we beat in the second set against O'Fallon and against Edwardsville, did it pretty handily. Our kids were super confident. We played very high-level volleyball. So, I mean, you get to just sit back and watch, and as coaches, we couldn't have been any happier. We were looking at each other like, this is awesome.
And here's what's interesting about volleyball. Here's what's unique about volleyball. Okay, so I've had this podcast. This is year number 6 now, and it's been a lot of Edwardsville and O'Fallon winning Mespys. A couple years ago, Belleville West got hot and ran through them in the postseason, so we gave it to West, and now this year it's Belleville East. So what's unique is in 4 years, 4 different schools have been the team on top. And I think that's kind of cool, and it speaks to the depth of the conference and the competitiveness of the conference. And now you're bringing in Mascoutah next year. Man, an unbelievable volleyball conference gets even tougher. But kudos to you for beating like good teams that are good enough to win it. So that makes it even more satisfying, right?
Yeah, it was to have, our schedule definitely strengthened this year. So to get big wins was exciting. And again, deserving for all the hard work the girls have put in.
For sure.
All right, I'm going to go back to Abby now. Player Abby. Good friend of mine, Brad Keller, coach at USC, he once made a joke that has stuck with me when I talk to setters ever since I heard it, and it was the one time it's socially acceptable to be a massive control freak in a relationship is in a setter-hitter relationship when you're the setter. And he basically just said this as a way of like, you got to take charge, and sometimes you got to do crazy things, or sometimes you have to like get your hitters to buy into what you're trying to do. Are you more of a setter that cooks up crazy plans, or do you like kind of try to trust the process and get them kind of going to the beat of your drum?
I feel like mostly I will just trust the process. I don't really come up with that much like crazy things, but like if we're ahead or if we're playing a team who's not as good, then we'll definitely do some more like fun things and different things just to see. Because like if we can't do it against that team that's not as good, we're never going to be able to do it against another team.
What's the craziest idea you had in a game that worked?
I don't really know. What?
Abby likes to back set the ball all the way across the floor, so she's not giving herself enough props right now. She'll be over by the outside, and all of a sudden we watch the ball go back, and we're like, oh, and then it's beautiful. So
Works out well. All right, 2-sport athlete, 2-sport star. You love them both.
I do.
And you're a senior?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior.
Yeah.
So you had a big volleyball year this year. What are you looking forward to this spring? On the softball diamond.
A good softball season, and this year I will we'll have 2 main pitchers, and I'll be one of them. So, because our star pitcher last year, she graduated, so we're hoping that me and Alexis Sargentson is the other girl that will be the pitcher, and I'm hoping that both of us can do pretty good.
Never play in the field? P only?
No. Last year I was a center fielder, and my freshman year I played first.
Okay, so will you bat this year?
Yeah.
Okay, and your favorite sport is whichever one you're playing, obviously, so that's
Yes.
fun. How do the sports complement each other?
I think it's just the competitiveness of each of them really help, and I think especially the communication in volleyball carries over to like being more of a leader, and especially being a setter in volleyball helps me and has made me become a better leader when I play softball, because that makes me like talk more and just be more confident.
Good for you.
Setter and a pitcher.
Yes.
I think those go hand in hand mentally.
All right. What are you going to remember about this team?
honestly, it's just the kids were great to be around. You enjoyed going to practice, and 30 wins is pretty exciting too. It's our first 30-win season. But just all the highs and the lows, to be honest. It was a great ride, and winning a regional was pretty cool. I haven't done that as a coach, so that was awesome. There were so many awesome things to remember.
Will it feel different next year? Going into the season, perhaps with a target on your back?
I think just more expectations so the Edwardsville Intelligencer reminded us we hadn't beat Edwardsville in 25 years. So that was the headline of the article.
That's good. That makes you happy to beat them then.
Yes, it was. And we did the same thing. O'Fallon had been almost 20 years. So I think, just bigger expectations, which our kids deserve to. So yeah.
All right, ladies, thank you so much. You want to leave us with a positive message here, mental coach? Nope. Okay, Coach Abby Hanger, Addie Burns, Abby Monroe, Jack Grimm. Thank you all so much. Congratulations on your MESPs, ladies, and look forward to more good stuff from the Lancers on the volleyball court next year.
Thank you.